All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the alaracanfieldshow, the Awakened Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And if you are new to my channel, if you're new to the Awakened to Happiness Now show, please do subscribe. Please like this video. If you're watching on replay as well, you can always subscribe as well. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to be of service to all of you, to humanity, to consciousness. And this is a small way for me to raise the consciousness on the planet, raise the vibration and frequency on the planet. And we bring wonderful guest speakers on the show to share their wisdom, their teachings, their energy processes, their tools and resources to support all of us who are growing, evolving, expanding, etc. Right? So thank you everyone for being here. We've started. And today, my dear friend, Audrey Light Language is back with us. It's been a while since she's been here, but she's back with us. And we're going to be talking about breaking energetic chains and freeing your consciousness from cages. And some of what we're going to discuss today is about our true mission, why we've embodied as the lighthouses. We're going to talk about the treasure of creation, the importance of tending to your essence and your soul. We're going to talk about being a souled being rather than that which is merely an attempt at coping, and so much more, right? For those of you who don't know Audrey, like I said, she's been with us before many times, and so it's been a little while, but she's back, and she is a soul architect and an energy engineer. She is an ambassador of peace who has traversed the multiverses forever with the pulling of the plug on the experiment of duality polarity, and through its experience of entering so deeply into the density, sleep and forgetting, now gives the great opportunity to recreate and step into a time within the new creation to experience the eternal peace. Audrey looks forward to the times when a position such as hers as a peace ambassador will no longer be necessary. Audrey speaks the languages of light and the language of the Akash. That isn't a reading of the Akash, but a rewriting of the Akash. So we're going to talk about all of that and more today on the show. So please join me in welcoming Audrey to the show. Audrey, welcome.
Hello. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to be back with you. Yes, it's been a while. So thank you so much for the invitation to be back to share with all of you, because, you know, these are such unprecedented times that we've embodied in, and you are all, each and every one of you, so important and so precious. So I love when I'm given an opportunity by one of these beautiful lights to come on and to share with all of you that are lights as well, to help support you, nourish you, strengthen you, empower you along your way, and in this mission that we've embodied, that we're finding ourselves within. So to support each other, these are ways to do it. So thank you so much, Alara, for having this means and inviting me. And like you said, not only for each individual one of us, but for the bigger picture of creation, the source field, the conscious field that we are a part of, you know, so that we are here and doing this beautiful new creation and closing the old books of life as we're going to write a new book of life. And so you're all so important. So thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. And I forgot to mention, we are going to be taking live caller questions. So if you do have a question for Audrey, you can raise your hand or type your question in the chat. We always love to have people live though. So if you can speak, awesome. But if not, you can type your question in the chat. So Audrey, so like I said, it's been a while. So let's talk a little bit about what has been, let's start first of all, what's been going on? What are you perceiving as being that is going on the planet now? What's going on with humanity now? What's going on with the experiment now?
Oh my goodness, what's going on with the experiment now? We have seen what has come to pass, right? Unfortunately. And that is, you know, the closing of the experiment, why we had to come in to help pull the plug on that, you know. A message that I'm going to read to all of you. A long time ago when I had come on your show, I had spoke about the time of the Great Divide. And we understand this is the time of the Great Divide, right? Those two paths. But most recently, I've been getting to share there are no two ways about this, right? So there's that only one path, but I'll read the message later and we'll talk about it. So all these things are going on because, of course, those that will not be on that path want to continue that story, want to continue all of this that is going on, want the loops to continue, that which is caused stagnation within the body of creation and unbalance the field of creation itself. This is not only about humanity and Gaia, but what has occurred in many, many expressions of creation, and the fabric of it has become unbalanced. So that's why we have come to make sure that we help support what is happening out there, but we had to come in to be all those little, let's say, cogs in the machine, right? All those little lights placed in to support this to happen. That's why you were lighthouses, right? Unto creation, who have come to light the way for the others that were stuck in darkness and stagnation over and over again. So what we see happening out there is a lot of what's breaking down, what wants to keep the story going, to mislead and distract people. And unfortunately, even in a beautiful community of spirituality, there have been many who don't understand that they've also been misled and misleaded and distracted. So there's so much going on. But what we need to do is hold that helm of our ship, right? In the storms, all the things that are going on, all the tumultuous changes that are happening, all the high energy that is coming in, right? To support us through this. And we need to nourish ourselves, right? We need to tend to ourselves and our physical vessels so we can continue to successfully be on this path and steer ourselves holding the helm, not some other being or some other understanding of a higher beingness than yourself, because we have to come to understand we are aspects of the divine. We are aspects of the divine embodied, making the unmanifested manifest, expressing. God is not out there as everyone wants to speak to a God. It is their God. They are God embodied, God's embodied. And it's time that we're able to express in that place of remembrance and healing and recall of who and what we are, getting out of this experiment, closing this experiment. So that's why there's so many things going on. The closing, the destruction. These are the times of the reveal, the revelations, right? What is being revealed in the revelations, right? Of so much that had been hidden. It's exposing what had lied within the field of consciousness that was able to be seen, the light that was shown upon it. Because of the expressions, the experiment allowed it to bring forth in the duality and sleep, in the density. We are now have been able to gain the knowledge of what was in that field of consciousness, right? In many portions of the field of creation as it was experimenting and expressing itself, to now return to a place of no longer being fractured, but whole and thus holy and divine, right? Sacred, the gift of life and consciousness that was given us, right? So no longer this living death, right? That has happened for so many at the level of abomination that has gone on in the experiment in duality. And all of this that has happened. So you have all that happening, breaking up, and then you have all of this energy that is coming in, all the changes, all of that being able to get on this one path that is going to be. Many are out there talking about, oh, it's 3 paths, who will go one way, who will go the other way, and who will continue on the same. No, that's absolutely ridiculous, because if you continue on the same, you're continuing the experiment and you're continuing the same thing that we have embodied to put an end to, that is unbalanced, the fabric of creation itself, So no, it is not going to be those ways, and it's to help others to understand this path, which is those of us that are true, that are hearted, that have the essence of creation within us. And so that treasure of creation that we are, to tend to that treasure, right? From those that wanted to take it or covet it or have it, right? Because they do not have it. So there's so much going on, so much that you guys know, you're there, you're experiencing it. And then we have our day-to-day lives, right? That we're getting through and coping and dealing with things as well. So important to tend to us. So we make sure we keep being those very bright lighthouses, right? To shine the way for ourselves and others,
So you're talking about, us being lighthouses, right? So that we are shining the light for others, and that our true mission, why we've embodied, is to be that lighthouse. But what does that truly mean? Because, I have an awareness of what I think the truth is, or, up to, what I'm to the level of my consciousness and the capacity that I have, right? So I have that. And so, yes, I can shine that light for whoever is at that same vibration frequency or that same consciousness, right? So is that what you mean by like sharing our wisdom, sharing our truth, sharing our light?
Well, it's not even to say not your particular truth, but many are out there sharing truths, right? That unfortunately are not the truth. It has been embedded in them, let's say, for many, many generations, as they speak about the sins on the father passed to the children. What is that? That are belief systems that were passed down, right? A reality, uneducated people that believe so much, even unfortunately, many beliefs that are esoteric or sacred, right? That have been passed down, rather than understanding and recall and remembering. The only truth is that you are source, God embodied, an aspect of that. So you don't even have to think, how am I going to be a lighthouse? If you're a hearted being, if you're a souled being, if you're an essence being, then you have compassion, right? Empathy, kindness. No way do you want to go to such depths of eating another's energy, supporting oneself and sustaining oneself in lies, to maintain themselves in a parasitic situation. Never would you want to be an AI expression. There's people in the spiritual community that are saying, oh, well, AI is here to stay and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God, they do not understand that the AI situation is something that the field of consciousness, right, source field expressed through to experiment with its consciousness in another means than the natural, beautiful, technological DNA natural expression that it had, right? God's embodied. You have to realize eternal beings, that's a very long time, eternity, right? Creation, eternity. So this is something they devised to experience something new. What did they devise? They devised time. Remember how we spoke about time? Really, in actuality, is all time at one time. But they developed time to play within time, right? To fall asleep in time, to forget that who, what, and what they really are, God, aspects of God, source. So they could play in a density, in a duality, in a forgetting, in a sleep, right? Can I find myself again? But unfortunately, what occurred in that is many, many things that lost themselves so deeply that they had to sustain themselves with the life force of others, right? So we are here to be lighthouses until this situation that is going on. How do you be it? You be it by being real, your essence being. You wouldn't have come in and embodied to be here, that you made it in and are being here, being that compared to the darkness, right, of AI expressions, which is trying to duplicate, trying to lie, right? This is what we're going to offer you. Excuse me, when our DNA is turned on and hadn't been altered, we already could do all those things, right? A spiritual person in the community recently told me, oh, AI is here to stay. No, the AI is the situation and the problem that has assimilated throughout creation many worlds and many beings that expressed in natural means, and ways. So they assimilated, they ate it up. And so there you have eternal beingness that was now able to experience the death of the eternal, my work speaks about. Now you taste the death of the eternal in so many ways, right? Eternal was never supposed to die. But because of this, what it turned itself into through expressing in an AI transhumanist way, it doesn't live there naturally alongside natural biological. It only seeks, as it had many worlds and many dimensions and many beautiful beings that are natural, to assimilate and take it over. And this is a funny word that my work was saying, we've returned to the scene of the crime. What is returning to the scene of the crime? All of us that are lighthouses, true beings, God's aspects embodied, right? Expressing in creation to come back, to be the light. So this unbalance in the fabric of creation, this stagnation of looping over and over, the esoterica wants to say, this many bazillion years, that many bazillion years, this is the looping, we go through the light, then we go through the dark, we go through the light, we go through the dark. Do you think as God beings, that is all that we have? We've done that for ages and ages and ages. And this is where it has brought the field of consciousness of unbalance of the fabric of creation, that the natural biological can no longer existed, so to say, in the future from here, right? Because it's all one time. So we had to come back to the scene of the crime, which is now how another world was seeking to be assimilated into that parasitic thing that came into that world. They did not keep it as useful like this technology. They brought it to other levels, which what is really happening, they don't let the masses know and the people know. So to me, esoterica and astrology, I don't mean to insult people, but I've come to take you out of the mind cages, the consciousness cages, break your shackles. I know you love and honor these things, but to understand you are God embodied. Why is a God embodied? Looking to others. You look to others because you forgot. You were playing in whatever, right? Now you are the one. You are the God embodied. Be it, right? We recall who and what we are. We changed the situation. We changed the old future that happened. We, by being here, have allowed the natural biological to continue on as as it, as it is, as it has, as we must continue to do, so it doesn't seep into the other path. Like recently what just went on with the masses, that was part of the other's agenda. Do any of you not feel that we've been here how many years of our lives doing all the things that we've been doing, join together, unite, right, meditate, love, all this stuff, and yet how is it ever possible that such an abomination was allowed, even in the face of all that, to have come to pass, right? Why? Because they're clutching at everything to want to continue their agenda for going on. And no, it shall not be. If we do not get lost in old paradigms and beliefs, part of the new is there are not the old paradigms and beliefs continued. There is not a map of astrology that was left, esoterica and astrology, to yet what it is a map for them to yet follow, that the others place their footsteps, right, to follow in yet again, and the time frames for that to fall out and happen yet again. New means new, people, and you wouldn't be here on this call if you were not this, a soul, essence, right, true being. So just that you are is that you're a lighthouse, because what emanates from you, even if you're having a hard day and troubles are happening, you still are that beingness expressing. And thusly, you are the lighthouse. And why we climb the steps as the old days they would do to tend to the lighthouse, which is us, ourselves, and to be that for others, to continue that light shining, even in the face of the many abominations that lay hidden, that everyone doesn't know about yet, right? That we must put an end to, and the abominations that they continue to put out upon the people, So we must continue to be those lights, and why I've come to speak light language for all of you to help support you.
So it's, now don't take this the wrong way, but it's very easy to say, you're a soul embodied, you're this, you're that. And that's just theoretical. Until you actually experience it, it's just words. Right? So all of us who are not truly experiencing that we are creators, that we are creation, that we are God's God aspects embodied here, it's all words. We, until you feel it and know it really deeply inside and experience it, I don't think it means anything.
Well, this is the thing I'm going to say to you, that you are, right? My work years ago said you are, you A-R-E, capital letters. What does A-R-E represent? That you are, right? You are, you're conscious, you're here, you're alive. Has anyone ever experienced, unfortunately, when I was a little girl, my grandmother passed away and was in home. And when you touch them, have you ever touched a dead body? It's so hard and it's so cold. In a moment, it turns to that. Why? Because the thing that you are, the essence of life, right, is no longer within the casing that many think we are. Alara, me, you, all these beings. This is my story. This is who I am. No, it's a vehicle that you're using to have a story upon a stage of consciousness. And all of this in the bigger picture is also the stage of consciousness, what has gone on. And it's to come in and close up the old act, the old stage, the old experiments, because all it has led for creational field, God field, right? God field, governing over densities, right? For that field of consciousness to experience was AI. That's all it was. The consciousness God field, your God field of consciousness, source creation could only have expressed through AI, because that's all that was left, because it chose to express itself through two means, remember? Two means, artificial and natural. It extinguished its own self, natural, biological, right? This, we are, we feel, right? And AI doesn't feel, right? So we are alive. We have something that is animating us, even that you have emotions, right? That shows you are something. And we've heard enough stories about people who have passed, right? That you are not done. The consciousness does not end. That which you are, not your flesh suit, right? That's cold as ice and hard once the life force is out of it. So this is to begin to re-educate people. Even if you don't have a personal experience right now, you know what your personal experience is? Are you parasitic off others and eat off their energy? Or are you AI, or are you that you feel, right? You feel pain, you feel sadness, you feel joy, you feel wonder. Right? You are a thing that is living. And do you know who gave you that gift of living and to be alive and conscious, right? The mother the mother, the godhood, not mother, father, God, which is the child of the mother. So these are educations for people to be re-educated rather than the old esoterica and astrology, which has led them to where? Only the same loops that after millennia of time, once we go to the joyous times, eventually we'll fall into darkness and forgetting again. No, right? We've done that for millennia. That has been wiped out like a wet rag. There's nothing else to get from that. That is why the source field creation itself, embodied in the aspects of itself, the droplets of itself, to make change. Those who wish to continue on the same are going to be absorbed back to the all that is, because it does not suit the purposes of why the I am expressed in the first place, was to know itself as all that it is, be a mirror unto itself, and know itself to another of itself, as it observes, expresses, and experiences itself through all the experiences, right, that it has brought forth. Duality, polarity, density, and forgetting has been one of them, right? Which did not suit creation because it's gained everything that it could out of it now. All that is happening is stagnation, the same over and over. And life that the mother gave is no longer being respected, is no longer being held holy and sacred as it should be. Life has become as death when you understand the level of abomination and unjoyful things that you've looped in over and over, life upon life, the same thing. Why? Because those others that need your life force are eating your loosh upon you of the same experiences you're experiencing. Some killed themselves and they think, I'll get out of this. No, they incarnate again in the same kind of situation, the same energy to play over and over again. The people wearing different suits, different faces, but yet the same thing over and over again to feed those forces that have chosen to control others so they can eat their godhood, yes, from those that have that treasure, you know, seeking to capture their soul, their essence, because they have either lost it or no longer have it, or were even made not having it, right? Because the I am said, I am all things. These are the revelations. This is the light that has been shown on this situation, so we can know what needs to be purged from the field of consciousness, from the field of creation, because it did not, what the mother gave the gift for, support life, have life continue on and be held as holy. When we are made whole again, W, right, H-O-L-E, from the fractured situation that we've all been through, then we are well, right, balanced. We can express and create and be joyful in that. The mother didn't give life so that they could do abomination one upon the other, be parasitic and AI expressions that eat up the other versions of creation. So the mother comes and witnesses what the child has brought forth. And it was like, no. So that's why the return of the mother. Years ago, I had this vision that it was like a beautiful carved wood chair. I think I shared it on your show other times. It's not a throne. They distinctly said not a throne, but it represents that, right? Beautiful carved wood chair. And in comes this woman, all dressed in white, beautiful woman. She sits in the chair, taking her rightful place yet again. And what is before her? A book. The pages are blindingly white, shining from it, light. Nothing is written on it yet. You know why? Because that's the new book of life. The old book of life of all of this is going to be sealed, right? And those of you that are in resonant, hearted, true beingnesses are going to be able to express and find their name written in that book as they write it themselves, as they recall and remember they are gods themselves, right? Embodied and creating. You just recently had a guest who said, oh, I had a vision, right? People love stories. Let me share a story. And she said about all the locks, 12 locks that were all open and the gate was wide open. And she was so surprised. And I'm like, yes, because we are the keys that open the locks. Then she saw it was herself, a huge being who was looking through the pages and found her story of her, who she is right now. Yes, because you are that being, which is what, right? The source, which is unmanifested, becoming manifest in all the drops of consciousness to express itself, you know, the gift that we have, that we must go return to. We say it's new and renewed, but it's the old ways before time, before the experiment, before duality and density and the abomination, the parasitic infection, and the AI things were written in the pages of that old book of life, you know?
So you've talked a couple of times about the treasure trove, treasure of creation. What do you mean by that exactly? I mean, I think I know what you mean, but what do you mean by that exactly?
That is, you know, it's funny because I have a vision like the pirates. The pirates always want to take the treasure. So who are the pirates? Parasitically infected, right? The AI, the abomination, all that. And we are the treasure. The treasure is consciousness, the God source field in all the droplets, right, of itself that is able to embody the unmanifested, manifested, so it could experience itself through its creations. And what are all the treasures? all of us, what we put in our treasure boxes that are us, right? That we open up, that are all the beautiful things that creation has come to know itself, that it is through what we've created, what we've experienced, but that is all on the high vibration things, you know, all the shiny, different, beautiful gems, which are us. We are the treasure chest of creation that holds all of that and why it is so coveted, you know. Words
Yeah,
for me are
beautiful.
so difficult because, you know, I speak light and such, and I speak so quick. You know, when I speak, I don't even put punctuation because it's like, for me, I come from where you just know, right? All the conversation is done just self to self. So I'm so apologize where I'm trying to grasp that words to express it properly to you.
So people are asking to hear some fae or dolphins or whales or beings.
Okay, beautiful. Here we go. Some light language, right? To help break those shackles of old beliefs and paradigms that have to go, that don't fit in the new, right? And expand your consciousness, you know? Here we go, beautiful ones. Que poturon sore pianusere raputuru chiara samiareum puritaru se ai piorore Vieretia Soma vie Tu levons mon soir Yetiseum Pioroturarira Kiotusure Vietita Sumura Rustea Comessia tu Viereum Venone Venone Su asa ishawa Tume iawahia hawa Su eme ita ashtariana Katua Iste ishe tutute Esa We're going to bring some of the elementary of the fairies, right? Even though we name all these names, what are they? They're source expressing, right? Through that individual way to bring through creation, expressing to itself. So here's some fairies, elementals, to help heal that inner child, to help you adjust to some of these things that you don't want to let go of and clutch on so tightly because they were your security blankets. That is what you knew and your knowledge that you felt that you had. But again, these things, old beliefs and paradigms cannot fit into the new, and on the new pages of life. Yes, from the point of understanding that one is a Godhood to love and honor and respect every other aspect. Yes, that is also standing in that beingness, right? Is where the new is, beautiful one. So here are the fairies, right, to help heal that inner child in the heart, so your hearts can let go some of those things that are so hard to because of lifetimes they were held. Yes. Yeah, right, from the back of the heart. The dolphins want to come again. We're a water world. We have water within us. We understand water holds memory. Yeah? So here, dolphins and the whales. Whale. Seme isha toi, et toi shika ute toi, tu mene toi shishaba ise sa. Let's just bring everybody, right, Laura. So here, some of the Native Americans, right, bringing in the ancient ones, right, to help all of you with ancestral, generational things that are still within your fields, right, that we want to help let that go, beautiful ones, and untangle, right, from those energetic ties that bind some. So here we go. Hiya, hua, yeah, hiya, hua, Kundusu tus at ashta, tunda hai hom, summa Bahuya, Sumdahoye, Bawasapahoya. We're going to do some releasing from the back on the shoulder blades, what you bear from this life as well as other aspects, right? Different aspects of yourself. Here we go. Mahaya, 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 Sohoya, 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 Asa, Esa. Esa. The beautiful thing is that through the DNA, right, the natural biological technology, right, that is in you from your ancestors in both directions, and your predecessors would still be your ancestors, yes, you are helping through this work in the DNA that you are receiving to ripple out to them as well. So how beautiful is that, right? How hard it is, that beautiful ones. Huya, huya, tutahoy, tutahoy, tutahoy. Coughing is just a way of releasing from me, from all of you. Ewa, 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 shohoy, tohoy, ha, 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 susu ishete. Or you can take a breath if you need. Beruanertu, pioresire kioneseum, bionotu, bianatu. Again, right? Elemental fairies have lightened that for you. Easier to bear, right? To understand. Thank you for being here to receive this gift that is allowing me to bring for all of you to receive. Beautiful ones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aha, hoya. Sehehoshawa. Another way of the light language, right? Est uram. If you could only know how much is held in each of those sounds. And the pause between each. Moving beyond the limitation of language, beliefs, yeah, that hold one up. Some coughing for releasing. From deep within. Ewa in the heart. Ewa. 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 Huka ik ashk ut eshk aka aka aka. We're going to take a pause a little bit, Alara, and then we're going to do a little bit more later on, but that's just to give a break, right? For everybody to catch a breath and take a little break. And
yeah, thank you. Yeah, definitely take a drink, some water, stretch. I'm still yawning. Oh God.
All of you know Alara so well, right? When Alara is yawning, you know you're in a high energy field. So that's her confirmation for all of you guys and for herself. So there's no denying, even if it doesn't match up with your concepts, you have just immersed in a very high energy field,
absolutely,
right? Beyond concepts and ideals, which is true from your.
Yep, there's lots of energy moving around. Like, oh my God, I can barely. I have to stay conscious and focused. I have to do this show. So come on now.
And we say thank you to Alara for being able to do that with all of this that she's feeling and still function and do what she needs to do.
Exactly. All right. So thank you for that. We are going to take some questions in a little bit. I want to give Audrey a chance to also, reset a little bit. But so let's talk a little bit about, I mean, she's still going to be talking, but still.
Can I say something, Alara, before we do that? Because I'm so excited to talk to everybody. But before I forget, do you guys ever remember, because when I was little, my grandmother had this music box and we used to go tick, 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 right? And it used to play The Impossible Dream. Are you familiar with that, Alara, that song?
I think so,
yeah. Impossible Dream. Well,
yeah.
I got a message, a couple months back, and it was like, tell them to go find the words and listen to The Impossible Dream, right? And from when I was little, it's always been in my life, that song, but I didn't have this understanding of it, right? Because in that, the words to all of you, the lighthouses, those that have embodied, right, finding themselves here in unprecedented times, right? It says about those who have run, right, to the places where others would not go, right? To make the world, not only the world, but we're talking about creation, right? A better place for you having been here, right? Like to go into the depths of hell, right? To go where the brave would not go is where you have gone, so beautiful ones in that song. If you find the words or play the song and look at the lyrics, is for all of you, you know, representing what you've done, who you are, you know, and because of you, what is happening, you know. So it was beautiful, you know. And the other thing is, the impossible dream was what was dreamed by creation, right? All of this that has come to pass at the level of abomination and what is laid within the field of consciousness that was able to be revealed, right? As ancient ones, we would think, how could this even be possible? How is this dreamed into beingness, right? In the illusion. Illusion is what? Deluded, right? Illusionary. To wake up from all of that, right? So we came in and to dream, you would think, how can that be handled at the level of what has happened throughout the field of creation? But we dreamed a new dream, a new impossible dream, right? That we are making possible because we thought, oh, it's impossible. How can we straighten this out now, right? Because of the first impossible dream. But no, we are here dreaming that dream, which was thought to be impossible because we were the ones that were so brave to run in where the other brave, right, would not go. We were the ones, the brave would run, but we've come in to do it. So thank you.
That just brings tears to my eyes, you know, because it's like,
and
you know,
life
could be easy, you know, if I mean, life could have been easier for me if I wasn't willing to do the work, go within, see all my quirks, I'm going to say, and work on that. And, you know, all the meditation that I've done, and everybody in North America who thinks meditation is like, so happy, joy. It's not. Real meditation is not, you know, that's
real yoga, like yoga, also what it had become now. Oh, it's exercise with yoga. No, it's a deep, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing,
so it's like, you know? Yeah, it brings up all your stuff, and not just your stuff. It brings up all your ancestral stuff, all the family stuff. It brings up all the stuff in the collective. So those of us who are really doing the work, it's, you know, it's hard. It's not an easy path. And I remember when I first started on the path, my dad or my guru at the time said, you know, it's difficult. It's a really difficult path. You don't want to do this, you know. And that the right hand to my guru even told me, when just before, like last time I saw him, he had a stroke, and then so I saw him, and he said, "There's nothing here. Don't do this. Just be happy. Just have a joyful, easy life," you know. And like, I wish.
Yes, but you see, when you asked me, how do we know any of that is real, right before, right, about the soul and all that, this was what makes it real. Because to understand that thing within us, that spark within us, that's the issue. So many people have taken the easy path, or they try to step here and they're like, oh, no, thank you, and then go the other way. But we've come in because of exactly that thing that keeps moving us to the thing that is not easy, right? Because those that walked with and ran, I think the song says, where the brave would not go. Why? Because it was necessary, right? Everyone says, God, we love God and God and God and God. Oh, really? Well, this is for the sake of God, for the love of God, quite literally. And why we do not turn away in the face of all the things, you know what I mean, that is going on. Because all those people that want to go, la, 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 I'm here in this high energy place, how wonderful it is. And I'm thinking, what good is the high energy place, right? You should put your high energy in a place that's more suited, that needs it, right? Because if you do not, and you sit in la la land, eventually that thing that had destroyed world, the parasitic, right, expression, the AI expression, excuse me, it is the thing that comes, right? And will bite them in the butt and take them, like those beautiful worlds and the beautiful beings that were all happy and well and expressing in peace, in kindness, the way they should be, right? In the natural expression of life and loving and honoring life, the gift the mother gave. And what happened? That thing that we want to turn away from came and destroyed all of them, right? The impossible dream. Like, how could this be happening? But we had to dream a new dream and come in to handle the situation, because the fabric of creation is no longer balanced because of what has become. The natural gift, natural biological, we are fooled by, oh, those ones in the spiritual community, AI is here to stay. We need AI, excuse me, for this type of thing. But where they took it is way beyond that. It no longer serves us, right? It has its own life that it wants to live. It desires to be a souled essent being because it cannot reach certain portions of creation that us that are soul beings can, you know? So this was huge, what we've come in to do, right? To make sure when we have our natural biological, we don't need AI, because we do all the things that AI provides. When people out there want to say, oh, we need the AI here, AI is here to stay. AI is the problem, is the issue, is the thing that infiltrated. And it's infiltrated
again, you know, like right now, AI, you can use it as a tool, but, you know, but it's still like, you have all the gifts within you. You have all the wisdom within you. You have all the capacities within you, right? But we need to be able to tap into those, right? We need to be able to tap into those capacities and tap into those abilities, tap into the God source that we are, right? Tapping into that instead of staying in our mind or staying distracted by what's happening outside, focusing on who we truly are, that souled being that we are. So let's talk a little bit about being a souled being a little bit. What I mean, I think I know what that means, but what does
what we're
being a soul being is what we are here to be.
Yes, and a soul being is not parasitic, that to live must parasite off the loosh or the energy of other beings, right? Remember years ago, I came on a show and I said, everything that is not self-sustaining is going to go the way of parasitic, vampire, non-self-sustaining AI beingness, right? Bye-bye, back to all that is, right? It's two paths to begin, but it's only going to be one, because they're going to go bye-bye, no more of that if one chooses that. Because you do not know that they do not reveal to the public the level of technology that is. You have technological AI, non-soul beings walking around a flesh, skin story, and all that they have done, right? That AI has its own agenda, right? Thusly why infecting and taking over natural biological worlds. So this is way more than this lovely technology we're using, where it has gone to, that people do not have awareness of. So those that are soul beings have the essence, right? A soul, a spark of that light, right? Of all that is good in creation and the divine, and honor that and want to keep that and respect that, that is what that is. Self-sustaining, because why? They can live on their own source that they are gifted as a spark of the divine. That's why I say, oh my God, you guys are so holy. You are sacred. You are so precious, right? Because look what other portions of the God field creation expressing in forgetfulness has created in its experimentation or revealed that lurked within the field of consciousness. This is the consciousness and the field of creation's expansion. Why AI, the I am developed everything to go forth and play so it could know itself, witness itself. And now it is time to clean up the act of those things that do not honor life and allow it to continue on, So that is a soul being. You have a soul, you have an essence, a spark of life. You honor life, you respect life. None of us would hurt another of us, nor an animal, those parasitic, dark, demonic, sick, psychosis things, right, that are lost unto themselves. They do horrors and abominations to one another. They do not care AIs to destroy beautiful worlds and beautiful beings. We're supposed to have source expressing through all those beautiful ways and means that honor and expresses. What about the old stories? Whenever we manifest and bring forward a new creation for the source field to express through, right? God beingness, us, which was our DNA before they altered it and messed and played with it, right? We were able to do the things that God do in body. The whole reason source wanted to have a body, a vehicle, something to express, right? Why do you want to stay etheric and only, do whatever you want to taste, touch, experience your creations, That is what we're meant to do. Not all of this that has come to pass that hinders life expressing and experiencing itself, and thusly why it's so important that we have to go back to honor it. And soul beings, essence beings, honor life. If you are a non-soul being, it's very simple. You destroy, you destruct, you play with people to eat off their energy field to maintain yourself. Thusly what they did in society so they could continue what is happening here, right? You hear stories of how many times they build up society, they destroy it. They don't remember anything. They build a belief system they want for them, and it begins again and feeding continually the loosh, This is part of creation that must end. It has to come to an end,
All right. So, you want to take some questions?
Light 1 minute?
Yeah.
Beings of light, beautiful ones. Yes, yes, yes. We are the beings of light, Alara. We were so happy to be here with you again. We are just jumping in because we know that our beloved channel has said to you, yes, that we would come and say hello to many. So when you begin the questions, we are just coming, the interactions, perhaps we shall jump in at some times, perhaps unannounced, but just so the audience, your beautiful family of listeners will understand, yes, the difference between our beloved channel, yes, and ourselves speaking to all of you. We just want to introduce ourselves to say, our name is not Beings of Light. Yes, our channel has given us this name, so she has a reference point when speaking about us. Yes, we do not have a name, so to say, because we are pure energy frequency. You understand? So there's no limitation of a name to be put to it. Yes, Also, we say to you, we are part of all that is, expressing that, recall and remembers and knows that we are that. We come, yes, not for you to look to us for, but to honor us. We say, what are you honoring? Honor yourselves, you understand? As well as you are beautiful sparks of the divine. So as we say many times, you all are the master and the masterpiece, one and the same. You understand the God and the Godhood expressing, hold the paint brushes and paint beautiful ones. Yes. So Alara, yes, we just wanted to jump in because perhaps we will jump in perhaps now and then if we wish to say something.
Wonderful.
Yes?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Perhaps some can feel us. And it is no matter whether you can feel us or not. Yes, we are still here with all of you beautiful ones come to assist you. Yes. In the recall and remembrance, yes, of truth, capital letter T, truth. Yes, there are many truths, but there is only one truth. Yes.
I love that. Absolutely. All right, Linda.
Now it's me.
Yes. Linda, you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, I will.
Hi,
Yes, hi, Audrey. It's lovely to see you again. Did you hear me?
Yes, thank you so much. I can hear you.
Oh,
can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I didn't know what you were doing. All of a sudden you were gone.
I was taking a little sip.
Oh.
Yes, a little sip, wetting my whistle.
Good. For people who have passed and recently, the lady that just passed, she was kind of a close friend. And I was just kind of concerned about her. I know she's fine, but when she passed over, she was in really a lot of pain.
Well, beautiful. And this is Audrey. I'm speaking. Yes.
Okay.
I don't do mediumship work because my children were very intuitive and they're little babies and they would point, right? Because they're so little, like, like 3 and 4 or something very close together. They'd be like, Mommy, there's somebody in that room, so I didn't want to bring anything else, you know what I mean? When they're in my youngest one is also very intuitive, but I'm going to say you this, whereas I'm not going to tap into her, specifically, but I'm going to speak to you in a generalization of the situation when people pass, I recently had a friend also that her husband passed very quickly, and so she was angry with and upset that he had passed so quickly, when they were going to go and retire and do all these wonderful things, and she says, I haven't heard from him, even in his passing, I don't feel anything, she was, I'm so angry with him for leaving. And I said to her, which I'm saying to you as well, sometimes when they pass, especially from a trauma, let's say, or a hard way to pass, sickness and illness, it is not just in a moment that people believe, oh, I'm this expanded being. No, you take yourself with you, right? You still have a level of consciousness. Yes, it expands to understand, oh my goodness, I'm still existing, right? Of course, she no longer has the pain, but the experience of what she has just been through, not only in the death passage, but in life, right? All the things that have happened to her. So there is a bit of time to, let's say, take account, right, of the new experience, right, that one is, right, the new reality to adjust to. So just like I had said, my friend, I'm saying to you, when you pass, there's that bit of an adjustment period, right, to adjust to what is happening now. Oh my goodness, I'm still here, so don't worry about her because she's not having all that pain anymore. She's just taking time to, oh my goodness, right, adjust to the new situation and remember and recall when she zipped out of the story in the name of who she was, you know what I mean? And also they don't have time, time there, because remember I always say there's not really time. We are having time here, right? Time is different, so as I told my friend, which I think is 5 months, and I'm like, 5 months for you is not 5 months for him. You know what I mean? It could be like this for him, you know what I mean? So I told her, just know that like he's adjusting, you know what I mean, to so much that's going on, as we all do. And the beautiful thing is why we're here embodied and doing this work is so we're not just thrown back into the machine, so to say, right? The reincarnational cycle of what has happened for ages upon ages, of the same thing happening over and over, zoom right back in and the same thing, this is beautiful that she's going to be able to, and other ones have access to this new way, right, that creation is working, so oh my goodness, how exciting and such expansiveness for her, to be able to partake of. I'm sure a friend of yours, there's sparks right within her of being a beautiful divine light and essence soul being as well, and for her to step in the remembrance of all that is being able to come to her. So I'm sure she has a smile on, you know, understanding that this is just a thing we were zipped up in and having experiences, and how she made it through all that so well. And so lucky to have had a friend as you, and I'm getting goosebumps. So that is from her, you know, to walk the path, so to say, with her as well, you know. So
what about soul traps? You mentioned it just recently, or just what you just said. What about soul traps when we do pass over?
well, the
Are
thing
there
is,
soul traps that bring us back
well,
right
this
away?
was the thing. The system before was boom, you go back, like I said, and you're wearing a different suit, but you're having the same kind of energy and experiences many times, you know,
Right.
with the same souls, right, that were in the group. But like, who was your mother now might be your sister, or you might be the man and she might be the woman. We just exchanged
Right.
and played and whatever. But unfortunately, a lot of that time, the same themes would be happening, right? Because of why?
Mhm.
It's the story of the energy of one's heartache, sadness, illness, right? That fed the system and maintained the system by the light that we are maintaining it, right? Because we're creative beings. They are not. They manipulate the whole system so they can continue their agendas, right?
Right.
So that is like what has happened over and over and over and over again for ages, right? And so many
Yes.
thrown back in. And when they build up civilizations and then they destroy civilizations, right? And then it begins all over again, but teaching them again in an uneducated way, right? To loop again, loop and stagnation. Years
Yes.
ago, when I first began, the work that came through to me was, I am here to assist, to help, to get the needle out of the groove. What is a needle in the groove, right? Those who could remember that, right? The record and such. You're playing this thing, da-da, 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 over and over, right? We had to go pick it up and put it in another line. That's what we're doing. Got into a new groove, right? A new creation, a new system, renewed to the original purity and awareness and power and knowledge that we had, so we could create beautiful things in resonance with that, right? That wouldn't have us just being sucked back in by our energy, low energy, and those that wanted to control us into the same old story over and over again. So we've come, right, to break that. Remember I said the cages in the consciousness, the shackles of energy, right? We don't want to have any of that, even in after we unzip from this suit. That's why these works are so important that have come through now, beyond languages and such, to assist those so they're in a higher resonance energy. So what you're attracted, meaning like energetically attracted to, where you could fit in the right of a higher frequencies, higher energy and expressions, that you match that, right? Like I said, the new book of life. Are there things that are parasitically infected, you know, and all those other horrors of horrors that go on? They're not going to be writing in the new pages, you know, they're like, bye-bye. That's why I have a little message here. Maybe I'll get to read it in a little bit. We'll see after I answer your questions, all of your questions. So does that suffice for you, beautiful one?
That was very helpful. Thank you, honey.
I'm going to speak like tutu ashta ubia, kotepia usipia, susipia so, kedise tu, bionasira, bionatu, bionatu, resie, manatua, anatua. Sí. Esa, mon cher. Esa. For you and for all who could receive it.
Thank you so
Linda.
much, honey. Thank you, both of you, as always.
Thank you. And just remember, you can always send unconditional love, light, and blessings to your friend, even though she has passed.
Oh,
Okay.
I've already done that quite a bit.
And
Thank
just
you.
leave it at that. Don't think any more into it.
Okay. Love you both.
Only beautiful things about how exciting is for her to take a veil of a new, right, situation and experience, right, than the old one. So that's joyous for her to partake of, you know, and help support her in that.
Mm-hmm. Linda Lay, the other Linda that has your hand raised.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm the Linda over in the snow, in case you want to see. I mean,
I don't really care about snow.
Yes, do you know what I was doing before the show? I was shoveling snow.
There's a lot of snow there. There's a lot of
no
snow
wonder
there,
I
Linda.
had to share this with you.
Yeah, it was all wet and mushy, so it was like puddles of wetness, you know. And I wore the
no.
And
well,
yeah,
I will just say we have
fluff.
Spring here, so I saw little life growing on the rose bushes today, small little leaves and small little buds. So you know, it's spring is coming. Spring is coming.
New York. in New York, in my garden, I have the little crocuses that came up already. I love when they
Oh
come
my
because it's
gosh.
like spring, you know.
No,
And,
no, we have been totally under 100 inches of snow.
Oh,
I'm
God.
up in the mountains.
oh, okay, yeah, you got a lot more snow than I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Linda, what's your question for Audrey?
Well, I've always like been ahead of what was going on, you know, is what I was dealing with. And I'm up there in age now. I don't want to say how old, but I'm finding that I'm kind of at a different, it's like, what's next for me? And I wonder if I get some enlightenment on that.
Well, beautiful one. I'm going to bring the beings of light for beings of light. And beautiful one. Congratulations. Yes. Being embodied and walking through all of this as, again, all of you, look at what Channel was speaking about, the impossible dream. Yes. That all of you have come in assisting with, beautiful ones. Yes, yes, yes. So we say to you, again, beautiful one, being the painter. Yes. The master and the masterpiece, one and the same, holding the paintbrushes to paint. It is beautiful, yes, that you have made it to this beautiful point to have different experiences at this point in life. So we say to you, we say painting, picture, paintbrushes, but you understand, you could be weaving a tapestry, you could be doing clay. Yes, all of that is representation of your life, your consciousness, and your gift of life and consciousness. What would you like to be doing with it, beautiful one? Why do you think one is going to come in and tell you, oh, this is your path? How are you being God's embodied if you look to another being that you hold as a God embodied better than yourself to tell you where to go? How are you holding the helm of the ship when you move through creation? Do you think you would call this one and that one to be in the back of your vehicle to tell you which way to go? No, your residence, your consciousness, your heart beingness, what you desire, what would you like to play and experience in, that is in the resonance with the new, which is respecting and loving all and honoring of life. Yes, but you, beautiful one, what would you like to do that would bring you joy? You know, our Channel, she doesn't like to do much. She would like to read. She would like to listen to music. She would like to look at the flowers, the birds, take a walk, watch the puppies and the babies and the children. Yes, whatever is joyful to you, that you are not in a place where the grind of society has set having them to be the hamster in the wheel over and over and over. Yes, to be able to tend for one's needs, that the physicality requires. What a blessing. Yes, to be at that point, to be freed up, to step out of that spinning wheel. So we say to you, what is joyful to you, beautiful, that brings you joy? Some, they like to jump out of an airplane, yes? And they want to experience that. Our Channel says, no, thank you, that is not joyful for her, yes? So what is joyful for you is the best way to say. And as we tell you this, rather than say, go here, do this, do that, oh, we see this for you. It is better you understand that we empower you and give you the gift of your power to realize, what would you like to do? And the beauty is, as creative beings, if you do not like to do it, then you choose something else to do that may bring you pleasure. Or when you no longer have pleasure in this, what would I like to do now? You see, beautiful, this is what we say. Who are we to tell you what is joyful for you? What colors you want to put on your canvas and how you want to blend them, you understand, to make the appearance. Like any great master, if he does not like what is on the canvas, what do? Add a little bit of this, put a little bit of that, color this here, move this here, and all of a sudden you have a different image, yes, upon the canvas. You see, for we also want to say to all of you, you know, this is not our language, because we speak, yes, one to the other. Language is very limiting to us. We try to attempt to use it as best as we can in communication that we so love, but we do hope that with the language of the words we are trying to grasp, that you also are receiving the energy, the essence, yes, the depth of meaning behind it that we attempt to paint for you, yes?
Yes. Thank you. Interesting. And part of is that I am an artist and I haven't been painting.
Beautiful one. So here we go. How many times we have speak to those who then come and say to us, they're an artist. And we say, well, as an artist, you understand that concept. At a
Yes.
deeper level, that perhaps one who is not an artist. Yes. Beautiful.
Yes. Thank you.
Wish you much
Awesome.
love, and we thank you. Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we return it to Channel.
Thank you,
Yes,
Linda.
that's beautiful, Linda. Thank you. And she's an artist too. Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, there's lots of questions in the chat. 1 second. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to get to everybody because we have a hard stop at what time? 3:30, 3:45 at the latest hard stop. So we'll try and see how many we can get to. Destiny, I know, has their hand raised and has a few issues going on. Destiny, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, Laura.
Hey, Destiny.
Hey. Hi, Audrey.
What's
Wow,
up,
I
baby?
haven't seen you in a while. It's so nice.
Oh, thank you
See
so
you.
much. I know I was so excited when Alara offered me to come and be with all of you, and there are no coincidences. So I told her thank you so much and so appreciate it. Thank you for all being here and receiving.
I was wondering if we could do like the back of my clearing of my back of my head and the back of my body. And possibly a heart opening if possible. If we have time.
Okay, this is what I want to say to all of you. Also remember all that is going on in the field, right? All that is happening, perhaps that is unseen, maybe not awareness of, right? In our whole lifetime that we've been bombarded with, right? Food, energy, water, all that has been going on, right? Invisible and visible. So remember, this vessel is like a car, the vehicle that we're using, right? So if you put it on a bumpy road and all that it's been through, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you got to tend to the vehicle, right? That is taking you wherever you're going, right? Because sometimes all that it's been through shows up, you know, in the vehicle, you know? So we receive works to help tend to that vehicle, you know? So we're going to do some for you, but as I give it for you, it's for everyone else as well who can receive it. All right, beautiful one. So here we go.
Thank you.
You said the back of your neck and your back, you said?
Yeah, like the back of my head and the back of my body.
Okay. All right. For you, and I'm sure a lot of people are having these issues because something is also passing through us, right? You have to think about it. It's like a death in a way to the physical, right? When we're transforming, they talk about higher beings, crystalline beings, right? So the death of one physical that's like very pains and achy of what very powerful, like pain sometimes, like, oh, am I dying? What's happening, right? You've heard people speak about the energy and think about a heart attack or whatever, but it's whatever's moving through one's, right, entire body, right, to go out, and then we feel it. So that's also something that's been going on as well.
Can I say
okay?
something first, Audrey,
Yeah.
before you start? Are you on your laptop, right? Are you on a laptop?
Yes.
So on the screen somewhere, it should say original sound for musicians off. If you click on that, it'll go on. And then that way we might be able to hear the light language better. You see that on your screen anywhere? I don't know where you all see it, but I see it right on the left side of my screen. No?
There's an arrow, like in a blue thing. And over here, there's a bunch of little emblems. It's like emblems I've never seen before. I don't even know they're there.
Okay, no, never mind. It's okay. I just thought I thought you could see that where it says original sound for musicians off, and you just click on it, and it goes on.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay. No worries. It's okay.
All right. So here we go. I'll speak louder. Will that help, do you think, perhaps?
I don't know.
All right, here we
It's
go.
a frequency thing.
Yeah, it is. The computer's like, high energy. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody else receive it in the way that they need it, right? Can you guys hear me? So hey, can you hear me, Linda? And I'm sorry, I'm saying Linda. I'm sorry, not Linda.
Yes,
What's
we
your
can
name?
hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, here we go. You say, swab. Take a breath. Breathe it out. I'm gonna cough because it's really sick. Show. We want to get rid of those energetic, right? Chains and shackles and these things that sometimes tangle up, right, from other lives, other aspects of self, generational, ancestrally, to, right, get that out and away. Kua around the neck, kua around the neck, kue, a savoir, Sometimes experience that we have in other aspects of our lives, right, would leave like an impression. So we also want to get that impression out, tutura, tatura, tatura, like a scar or such, right? That would still be there, right? We don't need any of that. Hue, haya, na, haya, va, remove, release, right? Dissolve all of this. Kusha, sha, shusha, kusha. All right, the Akash we didn't get to talk about. I don't read Akash because for me, I don't want to go in an old library. I want to clear the Akash, right? So we could be high energy, frequency, vibration to write a new Akash, right? So there's some Akash language. And Akashe, Kunimikashe, Kashe, Kuku, Yakasha, and Amikasha Kakia, Kashe, and Amikasha Kia, Akash, Akash, and Amikia Kash, Kuku Urakash, Akia, Esa. I know a lot is familiar with Kali, right? But Kali is the good Kali version of creation that comes through to destroy all of that needs to be destroyed to get rid of so we can build a new, right? Kali Makia Kasha, Kali Makia Kasha Koe, Kali Makia Makasha Kokoe, Akia Kai, Kali Makasha Kakia, Kali Makasha Makakia, Evwa, Usha, Isha, Esa, Hoyana. Evwa, somete, the heart. You said the heart. Sometimes what we've been through, either in this embodiment or multiplied by other aspects of embodiments, the heart closed down, right, for protection, to protect oneself and such, right? So it's just having it feel good, safe, loved, right, strong, well, secure enough to open those shutters, so to say, up again, right? So hoya, release from the back of the heart things, right, the generational, ancestral, and your own self aspects, things that have been piled up on the heart, right, through so many aspects in lives. Why, who. Some may look at to say, oh, I want to hear the story, I want to know, but you have to understand, my work is doing so many lives, so many aspects at a time. There is no time to give you the stories. And anyway, as a soul architect, your soul has this information and knowing, right? Your human mind consciousness does not need it. It is that you showed up to be here to allow this to happen on those multiple layers. Very, very powerful. Hoya, than hearing only a story about one life or another. No, this is multiple, right? To get deep in, to get rid of it, right? Than to be sitting on one of the branches and just hear stories about it. Pull it out at the core. Shishwashwa, homana, eme homana, esa. Now, some gentle, right? To help you support all that deep releasing we did. Deruruna so pyare kira so ya right, touching that inner child in the heart. There you go.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Destiny.
Destiny, how are you?
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, thank you, beautiful. Thank you so awesome. Much. Good. And the tears are good because the tears are releasing, right? Release. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Alara.
You're welcome. Thank you. That was great. That was awesome. So powerful. All right, where are we at? So there was something that I wanted to, there was something that I can't remember now.
There was another person who wanted to talk.
Yeah, so Scarlett, do you want to unmute yourself? Maybe not, Scarlett.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Scarlett.
Hey, how are you?
Awesome. What's your question, Scarlett?
So I deal with a lot of pain on a regular basis already. No big deal. I'm used to that, but I have infection and a constant source of infection that I can't get healed. I want to be here to help fight this fight. So instead of my body dying off on me, is there anything that I can do that I'm not already doing? I've changed my diet. I drink only spring water that I gather naturally. What could I do to heal this problem that's trying to kill me?
Say again, this what that's trying to kill you?
I have a source of infection. My teeth started crumbling, and my teeth are becoming infected because they've just started crumbling. They all started crumbling 5 years ago for no reason.
Okay, well, remember, a lot of generational thing and other aspects of yourself, right? All of this is like in this vehicle expressing also the environment, right? That one is in, right? Let's say this is an environment that, you know, you've come in, and it could be hostile environment to many who come from other worlds, high energy, you know what I mean? So it's kind of constantly like, you know, rubbing away at them, that deterioration of them and such. That's why works like this are so important, to help support the vehicle and the field, right? And help disengage a lot of that old stuff, you know? So let's do some light language for you and help put you on the path for this, because it is, like you said, so important, as you know, that you were here and you embodied in this. Let's say, I'm saying hostile because it's like not, let's say, a place of home that you're used to, of a certain environment to support you, you know, not to just use, like I'm saying, fish. If you ever know about a fish tank, you can't take a fish and just throw them in another fish tank with the water and everything. The environment can affect them, kill them, whatever and such, right? So I'm like going to bring for you your environment that you're used to of high energy and such, to help pour that over you, right? And soothe you, you know, and the water that is within your body, make the dolphins and whales come support you in that as well. All right, so here we go. Dolphins to work with the water in your body. Well, Suma sha ba o herrero tuta shkita urian ariana chuto ayana kash kk kume pishk arena so de voix evoix hanane haye hoya so evoix honey make do telalala Chulame la le la lo holum. Botu elile bakasode barashkara partuturiane. Eshkita rusere kshita urkis at yesha. Hoi. Hayma hanana yum. Akash. Enemy kash kaka iser kash katush at ush akia. Esa sha uma isha usha ese itara otura akasha tuta urdene kash es akash kume es ekia kash bahana ye yosi me taru pakue she tarassoro tiosierarira Yeni perru se emertatu sai esa shiktika kum esa. I mentioned to Alara how, you know, she knows, I've been on the show before, that I speak sacred key code number language. It is a number language of creation, right? Holding the highest frequency that languages can, that a number can hold, that is not contaminable because it doesn't have ideas, let's say, and concepts attached to it as words would be. So I'm going to speak some numbers for you. It's just receive the numbers because it's energy that's coming at you, right? To help you, like codes as we can understand it, right? Keys. They're not for everybody else, right? They're just to stick for you. Here's a little bit of them. Mekomi, and Akash language. Kash, clear that Akash. Wuhudachashatarakash, Evoa, 8, 3, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 20, 3, 6, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 18, 21, 3, 8, 6, 3, 8, 6, 3, 8, 6, 9, 8, 5, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 8, 6, 10, 4, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 18, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, Udmar Sara Shararua, Eshara Suruturu Shere, Esa. Bone se peti haya kose hue, tome sapia tue te kosayava somiarire. Ye a o a ye a tua mashe a ua I. Esa. Rasi. Esa, there you go.
How are you feeling, Scarlett?
Very vibrational.
Very vibrational, did Scarlett say? Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Because remember, like I said, I want to put you like that little fish in the fish tank that's going to feel better for it, to be in that and let this percolate through you and resonate with you like a nice, beautiful soup or stew, right? It's going to sit there and resonate, right? Even more in this, right? As the days go and such, to help assist you and support you, beautiful one. And I don't know if you could have a session or whatever. We'll see. That would be beautiful too. So, all right.
Awesome. Thank you, Scarlett. Yeah, I would definitely recommend package B if you can, Scarlett. And, you're part of the inner circle anyways, right? The VIP. So you can use the 25% discount code. But that is going to help in the long run. Like this, what we did today is just a little taster. But package B is going to help you in the long run. Okay. I'm just, no pressure, of course, just letting you know about it.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome, beautiful.
All right. So speaking of packages, let's take a few minutes and talk about the packages. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to share my screen. I feel like there's something in my eye other than my eyeball. Okay, so for Audrey, we have two packages, package A and package B. And the first package is a 60-minute personal session with Audrey, and the second one is a 90-minute personal session, which includes the sacred key code number languages. So Audrey, why don't you start off by talking about package A, which is the 60-minute personal session, and what that is like and what people can expect, and then we'll talk about package B.
Yes.
They're totally different.
Yes, you see one of the beautiful people here who was saying, wow, this was awesome, right? Or the tears come. Yes, this work is very powerful, right? You see sometimes you're left like a lot of, like, oh my God, I got to grasp myself back together, and others to even be able to speak, So it is very, very powerful work. And so you're going to be receiving the languages of light that come through for you, right? And you can talk to me about anything you want because it's live. It's not like you're getting, oh, here's a pre-done recording for you to listen to, right? We're here interacting, speaking, talking. And so you're going to get the languages of light, the language of the Akash, which again, why do I want to go read a library of old books, of old situations and circumstances, old recipes and maps? No, I want to clear what needs to be cleared from there, from old agreements and such, right? Generational ancestral stuff, other aspects, decisions and experiences that happen that are in there that we no longer need. So we move on to be high vibration and energy to write new Akash, right? New books of life. And also the beings of light come in and speak to you as well in that type of 60-minute session. And then the other one is the sacred key code number language, right? Like you saw me speak a little bit of. I'm going to do all the other stuff that I do in first package, but the difference is going to be is that I'm going to speak the number codes, right? Energy frequency for you. And as well as you're going to be able to write some of them because I received the numbers for you that are your personal codes, right? And such, like you are the keys. So this is assisting you, right? To sparkle up that key, get that key to work good in all the locks and such. So you're going to get the numbers, the codes, you're going to write them down. As you're writing them, you're receiving at the same time But then you go away with this list of numbers that are a tool for you, that you can read over the numbers and apply them in your lives. Like if there's something you want to dissolve, to be no more, right? To end, right? To dissolve, go away. You read the numbers, you think on that. Let's say there's positive, beautiful things, health and whatever it is, well-being, something you want to help create, right? And have the energy support you in that. You read the number codes and you think on that. Some just having them in their space help raise the energy. You can put it under your fitted sheet and such, right? Make a copy of it, you know, so that's way then that energy is emanating with when you're sleeping, you know, and people have used them as a tool. If you have the energy business, you cannot give your codes to the people, right? But you can, let's say, read the numbers before sessions and such and be like, this is going to help raise the energy to help support them, but you're not giving your keys and codes to someone else, right? If family members or such, you don't give them your keys and codes. You're reading and your numbers over to help you with that energy to move the things to help support your loved ones and such as well. So that's how the numbers work. Did I leave anything else out? I know.
No, I think that's good. Yep. And usually the numbers are like, it's not just 5 numbers. It's like, it could be like a whole page of numbers, you know, or 2 pages of numbers. It depends. And so it's a living vibrational tool that you can use for any part of your life. So yeah, both packages are available with 2 and 3 part payment plans, and you can use the gift code. So again, remember, I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. The gift code ATHN10 is only going to be available until today. After today, it's no longer going to be available. So you have to join it's up to you, join the free inner circle where you get the 10% code. It's a different code, or the VIP where you get a 25% discount code from me. Right, so totally up to you, free or VIP, but you can use the discount code today, ATHN10. If not, you can join the inner circle and then you'll receive a different code. Okay, just saying that again one more time, and that's for all of the offers, not just Audrey's. That's for all of them.
You know, today, because we were going to pick another date, and then Alara gave me this date, you know, and I was like, oh, that's great, you know, because, right, February 28th, right, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that breaks down to 3 as numbers speak, right, 3, which is Trinity, you know, and then we have the year when you add it in as well, you know, and all of this has come to like 19. 19 is 1 and 9 is a 10, and 10 is 1 divinity. You know, when I read my messages to people and do the works, you know, it adds up to 3, how's creation moves. 8 is infinity. 9 is completion, because we're completing this. 1 is the divine that is speaking, right, to itself, version of itself, which is all of you that are, you know, waking up and such. So that's like confirmation that comes in, you know, as well. So I thought it was beautiful. Laura picked this day, you know.
Awesome. Yes, thank you. All right, now we still have people with their hands raised, and you also have a message you want to read, and we have max 20 minutes. So,
okay. So can I read it really quick? Let's see. Okay.
Sure.
There are no 2 ways about it. That's what I spoke about before, right? Because now there's that one path. There are no 2 ways about it. There are, right? These are unprecedented times, and they're putting ARE, capital letter ARE, meaning aware, resurrected, eternal, right? That which you are. We are closing the old books, right? Sealing them. We are pulling the plug on the experiment. We have come to be the light unto the world and for creation. You are God embodied, right? Aspects of the divine, making the unmanifested manifest to experience self through and with and by its creations and its experiences. It was 9:53, which is 17, adds up to 8, right? There's what I was speaking about when numbers speak. There has been many, many tales that were woven, yarns, right? That were woven to hold you captive and captivated, energetic shackles that hold you, and cages that your conscious needs to be expanded out of. You are part of, right, as an embodied aspect of the source field, conscious field, expressing to know itself. There was an experiment into sleep and forgetting, into density and into duality's expression. This experiment had gone awry, and with free will that was to be experienced within it has unbalanced the fabric of creation itself. Is it natural biological tech DNA through which to manifest consciousness into beingness was wiped out by the consciousness that had chosen a non-biological expression, but an imposter imitation artificial means to express through, and also another that had become parasitic in its nature, as it cannot sustain itself, having to maintain itself with the life force energy of others. The books of life have for millennia been filled with creations warring and destroying and seeking to take over what was expressed in the natural means. I was mentioning that a little bit before. When we bring through a new expression, rather than us bask in the glory of it, right? Another aspect of an expression of the source coming to be embodied. What happens? Warring, jealousy, wanting to take it over, right? That's a problem. No, that shouldn't be, right? So come back. Millennia have been filled with creations, warring and destroying and seeking to take over what was expressed in the natural means. True light and love, essence soul beings. A way too much was lost to assimilation or annihilation of those that expressed and recalled through true beingness by those that had forgotten. The light has shone in the darkness, and it has revealed itself through this experiment, which had laid within the field of consciousness, that which had laid within the field of consciousness that needed to be purged. And so you have the times you are living within of the revealing of the revelations, the realization of what is and what has occurred. You must wake to your true nature, your true sense of self. You are the source field, the field of consciousness expressing embodied aspects of source. You call God embodied, witnessing itself, coming to know itself as all that it is, revealing itself to itself to be expanded, governing over densities, energy, frequency to express through. God is this. You are it. Wake up. There is no one else to save you. You must move yourselves as part of the larger whole that you are. Escape the old tales woven, the yarns that yet hold your awareness, your consciousness captive. Sins of the fathers passed on to the children for ages on end. These are beliefs laid down to captivate and control you, to uneducate you that you believed because you were in forgetting. It's time to recall yourself back to yourself. It was 10:06, which is 7, which is truth. 10:07, which is 8, infinity. 10:08, which is 9, completion. Then it was 10:09, which is 10, which is divinity, the divine, right? Speaking. It's time to remember. Put yourself back to yourself. Remember yourself and to wake up. Thusly, the awakening, the ascension, to rise in frequency and vibration from the lower forgetting density. You entered to have this type of experience in duality and sleep. Eternity is a very, very long time. The experiment, the game was to help live through eternity, that for some living forever had placed them in a boredom, which was the seeds of the parasitic expression beginning that exposed itself through all of this to be purged and healed. So time was invented and created to play within, and the forgetting to help with this, for those that wish to experience something new. Time allowed for this, and also the beginning to find oneself and recall oneself again, and to have an experience of an eternal tasting death, to die. It's 10:13, the time, which is 5, getting rid of old beliefs and paradigms. It was an illusion, but it allowed, when immersed within it, the story, the experience, to feel as if it was truth. But then the system was infiltrated, taken over by those infected with the parasitic sickness to control those that were created more powerfully than them, as they were the highest expressions of source within an embodiment manifesting. And so the truth will set you free, and it does set you free. So step into truth and know ye are God. Be still and know thou you art. And it is time to wake and get in resonance to write in the new book of life for only those that are of the highest vibration, expanded conscious, aware, and in the truth of their beingness, as hearted, souled essence of the divine, whole and thus holy with an H, no longer fractured, standing in the truth of their beingness, are those that will remain. It was 10:18, 10:1 divine. As through all of this, the eternal have now experienced what an eternal never could, death. They have tasted death as a result of the experiment's fallout. There are no two ways about it. There's only one. Game over, player one, and the two shall become one. Duality, the two paths experience, right, become one. Join back from the separation to wholeness with a W, and thusly holiness with an H. Holding sacred the gift of life and consciousness expressing, and thusly the God field, the source field, the consciousness field has expanded itself. 10:24, which is 7, which is truth. And the truth shall set you free. So take it. Take the keys that set you free. You are the key. How powerful a person to open the locks that we spoke about and the gates, because of course, right, you are those beings, right, with the keys and the locks to open. But that book is being sealed, the old book of life, to begin a new book, one that is written in truth and remembrance of the self. You all are like stories, right? So here is my vision. I was telling you about the chair and the woman who comes and sits on the throne, right? Because there's the new book of life that the mother looks over, and those that will find their name written in the new book of life, right? The pages are blindingly bright, white light filled, and they are not written upon yet. But the mother is returned, and you will write in that book creation story as the divine that you are, but now from a place of remembrance with the gift of life that she had given you of life and consciousness, from a place of truth and sacredness that respects life, the gift the mother has given, right? She is the true godhood, the womb of creation, the ancient plasmic primordial beingness that has given you the gift of life. Her children, her offspring have played, and now it is time to enter adulthood and sovereignty and healed whole beingness in care of the gift of eternal life expression, stepping out of the illusion of time. This world is an illusion, it is said, and many within the illusion have become deluded within it, holding on to what isn't real. Step into what's real, your true souled essence, the treasure of creation you are, and hold. Many that do not have it seek to capture your treasure, your souled essence. So wake up. Sorry. All of the tales that were written and woven to capture you. This is releasing, guys. An infiltration of your consciousness as you are within the illusion, within its illusionary characters, to keep you distracted from yourself and your truth. Why do you think you are coveted by the illusionary, parasitically artificial copies? Because you are real and they are not. And so figments within the illusion you've given life to, that your time, that their time is up. This is not to be done, as some say, in 100 years or 50 years, as the future of this past is already been. And look around you. Still wars, poisoning, lies, sickness, manipulations, all the parasitic expressions seeking to feed still. And what lies in the future from here past is the old story in the old book of life. So get in your power of your godhood and get yourself out of the illusion and then diluted into the truth that sets you free. You are the key, the light, and the way, and the path to your power and freedom as a creator being, renewed, renewed, resurrected, to rise up, expanded conscious awareness, awoke, ascended, highest level frequency, every frequency octave expressing as a being of light. Again, it was 1045, which is 10 is one divinity speaking to you. We are the lighthouses that came to light up the world and the eternity of creation as it wakes from the old dream that it dreamed, that brought forth nightmares from its forgetting, the sickness that infected it, and that was revealed to be healed. It was 1044, which is 9, which is completion. Masuatu sheve tu asamyan utu ker isei. Yon epiat utu kaya usekya. Somekwa, ekwa, kukekwa, sumekwa, supe. Sumekwa, to. Bashua, k. Ku, ka, ke, kakauke, yana. So, see clearly, awareness clearly, uske, heart, sha, wa, utwa, evwa, shamana, e iskte, ushktai, ekatai. The mother. This is the mother, the primordial womb of creation, not Mother, Father, God, which is the offspring of her, one beingness expressing the mother. This is the mother, plasmic primordial, right? Just relax in it. It's like the breath, right, of life in the womb. Sumya usa shatwa, unetwa shayiha, sume ile iteta, eta. Kakia. Esa, And there you go.
Wow, thank you. Oh my goodness, that message was so amazing. I was like at one point on fire, like I was burning up, I was sweating, I was
Because it's
so
true.
hot.
And you know why? Those are I'm gonna cry, and I cry, right? When it's true. It's like a big neon light saying yes, yes, yes. That is the flame, the sacred flame that we live within. It doesn't burn us up, a fire, right? That's the sacredness that you were feeling, the sacred light, the flame, the lighthouse. This is right, emanating out. It is truth. It's truth. I've come and embodied to assist those to remember also that which they are, serving the field of conscience, the God source field, the true mother Godhead, right? For the new that we're going to create to clean all this up. And all of you are beautiful parts of that who understand, even if you don't know in consciousness, that you are. This is true. This is real. See, Alara just said, wow. And people think maybe I'm using it as a selling tactic. I'm not here to sell to you. We're here to assist you. And you purchase the thing to exchange the energy, right? And wow, people say wow all the time about my work. I've started to tell people, why don't you come get your wow, right? Because it's so beyond words to try to capture some words to explain the experience, right, of this work that is coming through for one to receive. And here Alara says, wow, yet again. That is so beautiful, right, Alara?
Yeah, and I didn't plan on it either, so it was
It just flows
spontaneous.
out of people. Exactly, because it's confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. And Alara has allowed me to come here today. I haven't been on shows for quite some time, you know, took a little break, but allowed me to come because to deliver this unto you. And it's not a story of a being or this or that. It's getting to the point, the bullseye, right? What happened, how it happened, why it's happening, what we're here to do, and to have this beautiful creation that honors the gift of life that the mother had given, right? And respects that. And no longer do we have to go through all this pain and terrible things that has gone on, and levels of abomination beyond even being able to be spoken about, that some of you are aware of, where this has gone. And like I said, beautiful worlds and beings that express the natural biological way that were assimilated and destroyed because of others that did not have that treasure that I spoke to you about in attempts to access it or have it or copy it. So no, assume chaque fois, say, connais, connais, connais.
Beautiful. And of course, if you'd like to work with Audrey, please do check out the packages A and B. I recommend package B. I've had package B many times. And yes, those the number codes are powerful. They are powerful. They can definitely help you have transformations in your life. You have to use them, but yes, absolutely. I do believe in numbers and the frequency of numbers, and so they
Alara,
they do work.
something new since I last worked with you. Do you remember you were saying to me, like, there's so many numbers, right? So when a person had, let's say, worked with it and had 4 or 5 numbers, you know, pages of numbers, you were like, you know, it's a lot just to sit at a time and do all the numbers, right? So because that has been occurring with many, many people, and so because they're so busy or things are going on, not being able to sit. So the work has actually like compressed all of that, you know what I mean? So the lists are smaller now. So it is like nothing to come in the way, let's say, of from being able to sit and accomplish it in a much quicker way of working with the numbers. So I didn't get to tell you that. So that's also a good thing that I know you would appreciate, you know, in the understanding of where it is moved to, even in that way, to make things more simpler for one. What's more simpler than all you have to do is show up, sit in a chair, relax, and receive, receive, receive. You know what I mean? So that's beautiful, and let it work with you, you know.
Yeah,
through you.
absolutely. Yeah, so I definitely recommend that for sure. Sorry, what were you going to say, Audrey?
No, I said we can't make it any easier, you know, and then the only thing they would have to do is, again, write some numbers, and not even a long list of numbers where your arm would begin to hurt or such. This is shorter lists of numbers. So it's like even quicker. So no excuses, so to say, people, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is here to assist you. And the God you love so much, beautiful ones, this is assisting it rather than just calling it to help you, right? To understand you and it, it's a relationship together, right? And for the love of God, right? And for God, source, and ourselves as it, and all of us, right? So we live in this new way where it actually is seen in fruition on the pages, right? When the illusion can be shattered and no more, and this deludedness that was expressed in it to be no more of what we as architects, right, are here to assist with. Remember the weave, the woven, the yarns that we're told to capture them? Well, we're cutting through all of that so we can have truth and build things on a beautiful light, right? And the fire source light that is real, you know.
And it's about knowing who you are, the truth of who you are, that you are God source embodied here now. And so the number codes or the personal session can assist you in that, in raising your vibration frequency, absolutely. But again, it's more about transformation as you progress on your journey.
Not only in this embodiment, but as where you were going, like so many speaking about those that are out of embodiment now. Well, this has them in high frequency. So that's just where you're like attracted to and where you go. What is open for you to be able to access, you know, at those levels, at that expanded understanding and awareness and being who you are, then playing in the stories of small and little and energy frequency are infected with things that don't allow you to get to that other place, that need to be removed from you, you know, old agreements, generational things, you know, beliefs that are not so, to help pull that all off of you in a way, right? Unzip all of that so you can be in resonance with the opportunity of those other things that are there for us to experience now, and bringing the new future to us, which is like the old but renewed, right? Rather than the future from this point that happened that didn't play out well. So that's what we've also come to make sure the natural biological continues. And that is so important, you know, because that didn't happen in many places. And that could have been the way of Earth and humanity had we all not come to assist and have the natural biological and hold on to it that we are, so that can continue in the new future, you know, getting rid of the old future that is actually the past that happened before. So that's very, very important as well, beautiful ones. You see how, do you feel like enlightened? Do you feel expanded, educated, right? In knowledge, rather than old esoterica and astrological things that are, we're going to follow the script, you know? No, why are we playing in the old thing? We came to do a new thing. Bye, here we go, you know? And that's what I'm come to say, to share with you. No, let's go here. You know, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so this is
And
something
Alara
new.
felt the fire of it.
Yeah, so this is something new to assist you on your journey as you move forward. So thank you so much, everyone, for your comments and your questions and your feedback in the chat. And for those of you who were able to talk to us live, awesome. Thank you so much. And Audrey, it was wonderful to have you back to
say one thing beautiful. I just want to let everyone know that we didn't get to their questions, that they were receiving when the people that spoke through the light language, even though they didn't, let's say, get to physically, let's say, ask a question, they were still receiving, you know what I mean? So it'll be able to fall into them in line. So it wasn't as they didn't get an opportunity, they were receiving as well, you know? So I just wanted to place that so they will know, you know?
Yes, awesome. Thank you. Yes, of course. And, you know, you go back and watch or listen, and then you'll be able to receive again, and maybe even more consciously as well. Okay, so definitely receive. And again, thank you so much, Audrey, for coming back to the show. I love the channeled message. I love the whole show, talking the light language, the Akash, the fairies, the dolphins, the whales, the beings of light. It was absolutely wonderful.
Yes,
so thank you.
Beautiful one. Thank you that you were mentioning us. Yes. We want to say one other thing. Beautiful ones. Please go to look for that song, the lyrics of the song, The Impossible Dream. It is beautiful for each and every one of you as well. Yes. We thank you.
We will do that. Thank you. And if somebody has the lyrics, you can send them to me. Okay, that would be great.
Yes,
all right. So
that would be so good.
By Frank Sinatra. Good to know.
Yes, they have. I watched it with Josh Groban. Josh Groban was singing it. There's so many beautiful people that sing it.
Oh, I love Josh Groban. Okay, I will try and look for it. But if somebody else does, send it to me. All right, everyone. So thank you. Like I said, I gotta go. I have a hard stop at this time. But thank you for a wonderful show, Audrey. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us today. Please do check out the packages for Audrey and work with her. You will also say wow for sure. Right. So until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.